Here are 6 different shortcuts every beginner Godot developer needs to know. Mastering these shortcuts are going to speed up your development drastically. First of all, we have the quick open shortcuts. If you hold down the control key and press the P key, you're going to get the quick open window. And from this window, you can do a search for any file that's in the project. You can search for PNG files, you can do a search for scenes, you can do a search for GD script files. You can find anything that you want that's in the project. There's also a scene-only version of this shortcut. If you hold down Control and Shift and press the O key, that's going to open up the scene quick open window. And from here you can find all of your scenes. And there's also a script-only version, which is Control, Alt, and O. And this is only going to search for script files. So those are the quick open shortcuts. Control P for the general one, Control Shift O for the scene selector, and Control Alt O for the script selector. These are extremely useful when you want to open up a scene or a script or any file that's in the project quickly. Next up, we have one of the simpler shortcuts, which is Control A. This is used to create a new node within the scene. You can use this from the editor's interface by clicking on this plus icon. And you can see that if you hover over it, there's a Control A shortcut for this. So hold down Control, press the A key, and that is going to bring up the new node window. And from here, you can just search for any node that you want and create it. Next up, we have a similar shortcut, but this time to instance a scene. This is going to be Control, Shift, and A. That's going to bring up this instance a new scene window. And from here, you can click on a scene so that you can create it here inside of your game. You can use this from the editor's interface by clicking on this button. And like I said, the shortcut is Control, Shift, A. So Control A and Control Shift A are going to be very useful when you're adding new stuff to your scene quickly. Next up, we have the shortcut to duplicate a certain node or scene instance. So let's say that I want to duplicate this one right here. I can go into the scene tab here, right click on it and click on duplicate, or I can use the shortcut, which is Control D. So while I have it selected, I'm going to hold down Control, hit the D key, and that's going to create another one on top of it. So this one is very useful when you want to quickly create a bunch of nodes or scenes and spread them out. So for example, I'm going to hit Control D, put that there, Control D, put it here. As you can see, I can use it to quickly create a bunch of enemies and place them into the game. This is another shortcut I use all the time, and it's extremely useful for you to memorize. Next up, we're going to learn the shortcuts to switch between 2D, 3D, and scripting workspaces. So hold down the Control key and press F2. That's going to take you to the 3D workspace. If you hold down the Control key, press F3, it's going to go into the scripting, and F1, Control plus F1, it's going to go back to the 2D workspace. You can also do F4 to go into the game or F5 to go into the asset library. The ones that I use the most are F1 to 2D and F3 to scripting if I'm making a 2D game, and obviously F2 3D, F3 scripting if I'm making a 3D game. So these are also very useful to quickly switch around the workspaces. Okay, the final set of shortcuts we're going to learn will be for running the project or running a scene. So if you click on this button, that's going to run the whole project. And if you click on this one, it's going to only run the scene that you have selected from the scene tab. Shortcuts are going to be F5 to run the project and F6 to run the scene. So let me go into the player scene. Here I will press F6, and that's only going to run the player scene. So these are also essential shortcuts that you need to learn so that you can test your game quickly. You can also use these ones. So this one is F8, and that's going to stop the currently running project. So if you have the project running, you can press F8, and that's going to close it up. and this one will stop the game so that you can debug it, which is F7. Great, so those were 6, I think there was actually more than 6, shortcuts that you can use in order to speed up your development. These shortcuts that I showed you, I feel like they're essential for beginners. You need to memorize them, you need to use them all the time, and if you do, I guarantee your speed of development is going to 10x. So if you like this video, take a look at this one as well. Also take a look at the link in the description. I will see you in the next tutorial.